Совместно, на что он обращает внимание, что совместно со своими партнерами, с такими как Дар-эс-Салам университет и другими, они попытаются внедрить, то есть это будет не один университет, не партнерская программа с конкретным университетом, а будут задействовано максимальное количество университетов, которые будут заниматься вот этими вопросами. То есть это не будет там двойные какие-то сотрудничества, а партнерские отношения со многими, и в исследованиях, и в институциональном менторстве они заинтересованы, и в создании соответствующих рамок отраслевых, обучения и выработки совместных механизмов взаимодействия в конкретных областях знаний. Ну вот если так, в общем.
Okay, so
Yes, yeah,
okay, thank you. So,
continue.
the, the proposal that we have received this afternoon has to be well, how do you call it? A copy of that should be submitted. So it will be for all four submission to the Tertiary Education Commission, which will be for the next coming Tuesday meeting. They too have asked that question as to which area of intervention that they would want to come into. So all this presentation, we are going to divide them into three. The one is that's what we're dealing with now. That is on the technical innovation and capacity building. The next one is going to be for higher education, which has to do with degrees, management, what do you call it, degrees, masters, and PhD, which will be the Tuesday coming for the National Education Commission. And then the third one is going to be for the Ministry of Education. Of course, we are in tune, we are in good relationship with these three arms of the government. So Tuesday is going to be the next meeting. So Nicholas is going to get ready for the next presentation on Tuesday with the ones that is dealing with the universities of the Republic of Sierra Leone. And then I will tell you the next meeting for the Minister of Education, which they are proposing to give us a date. So I think that has answered to the submission of today. So let's come to Gino. Gino, you have a question, you have a comment. You know what, I start with you.
I will translate. Let me make an interpretation.
Okay,
Sorry. Коллеги, они хотят к следующей встрече, которая будет с Министерством образования или совместно с Университетом Сьерра-Леона, они предлагают следующий вторник, чтобы мы ответили на 3 вопроса. В каких, их интересует, как мы можем сотрудничать в технических инновациях и в построении capacity building, так называемое, то есть создание возможностей для развития и так далее, то есть создание инфраструктурных каких-то проектов, и образование в сфере искусственного интеллекта, что мы можем и что мы можем конкретно предложить, что будет реализовано для Министерства образования. Ну вот, насколько я уловил.
Okay, thank you. So we're taking the next question from the admin.
Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are getting us. And firstly, I want to start by thanking the AUUI University team and the TISBI team for this wonderful meeting. Yeah, and to start with Professor Paul, I think when he came to the office, we met for the very first time, and I discussed with him lengthily, and I gave him a pathway on which he should guide if we are to succeed in this. And I told him about the TC, which are regulating the tertiary education, and the MTH as well, the ministry that is overseeing us. So for now, I think percentage-wise, I think we've cooperated and partnered with the EI team more than the TEC and the MTH. So on that note, I want to see Professor Paul. Let us move this process with TEC and the MTH so that all of us can be on a safer place so that we can be able to move faster. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
In our last meeting, he spoke lengthily about research, and we want to see how that can be done, especially our TVET institution. If you look at them, they lack the research aspect of it. So we want to see how that can come in terms of curriculum development. And we are the Univox Center, the NCTVE. Now it's not NCTVE, now it's NCTVE, based on our new act now. And we are gradually moving from the traditional way of education now to the CBET, which is the competency-based education and training. And it is new for us in Sierra Leone. Other countries in the east and southern part of Africa and Europe, they are fired when it comes to competency-based education and training. I think you made mention of it. You are coining it in terms of industrial something, because in the industrial revolution, it is virtually the same. Yeah, so in terms of curriculum development, we can see how best you can help and us in that direction so that we can be in line with international best practice. Of course, we discussed about the capacity building, which we too need, because they say charity begins at home. If the AUUI want to engage with colleges and all that we've accredited, we should start with ourselves here. So we too need capacity building and all. And in some of the documents, I saw micro degree. Yeah, and here, no sooner you mentioned degree, it has to do with the higher education, so it is TC. So in that regard, since you are meeting with TC on Tuesday, so this micro degree stuff should be well detailed and well explained, because for us, in terms of the TVET, we more or less, I would say it is the same. We are calling it micro credentials, micro degree. So virtually it's just the same, just the words. Yeah. So in that direction, what other countries are doing in Africa, because this micro credential is on the rise now, because people don't want to spend 2 years, 3 years, 4 years in doing course. So I'll just go and do one maybe for a week or so, or a month, so that I can get employment. So that is the direction now the TVET sector is going to. So we are working on the micro credential policies, because most countries in Africa, they have the policies. We are working, because by mandate, we are not supposed to do policy. It's the ministry, but because we are an agency other than them who do the policy, then we table it to them, so they can add now and scrutinize it as how they want it to be. So I think it is a direction we want to go, especially that has to do with micro credentials now, or micro degree. Is the direction we want to go, because we want to gain employment easy. Because the micro degree now, in that policy, we'll be able to see how best you can progress with that micro degree. Because if you want to have a full degree now, all those pathways will be well explained, that policies and all. So that is all for my own part. And we look forward to the next meeting.
Yes, thank you. And the reason why we did that micro degree was from the outcome of our meeting. I would like to offer this opportunity, a probably privilege, to NCTVA through my president over there. We can help if you like our expertise. We drafted those micro degree, and we have one of the professor that is like a junior when it comes to artificial intelligence, Professor Solomon. And I'm not sure there is any aspect of artificial intelligence that he doesn't know. So when we spoke about these issues after that meeting, so he sat with us and designed together with the Lagos office these micro degrees. So because we also have experience on how the world is moving in the global scale, because we are an African Union with African, Pan-African initiative, but we have global partners. For example, like TISBI, Global Interfaith, we have global humanistic universities and all of these big investors. So we know how the thing works. So that is why we did that draft. So we're going to push on that. And that's one of the agenda for TEC on Tuesday, on the agenda. And they are also looking at research And one of the things we have discovered through African Union and TCC, there has not been much researching in Southern Africa. The whole Sierra Leone here, as we're speaking, the two leading research universities are UNIMAC and Central University. And that is from the authority themselves. Like Tech, they are the one that told us. So they are actually interested in our research proposal. So we too have now brought in another leading African partner who has been a key in African university research, that is the GCC. So this is how we are moving in. So thank you for that. So Professor Eric,
let me translate.
Yeah.
1 second. Let me translate,
Okay.
because we will lose.
Yes, we need the translation.
Yes.
We need some translation. Коллеги, было много слов сказано, но все они сводились, я коротко, если позволите, они сводились к тому, что во вторник будет встреча вот с этой TCC организацией, на которой они будут обсуждать, как они совместно со всеми и нами в том числе сделают вот это микродегри. Причем они тут в деталях говорил, вот первый говорил, что мы не можем там регулировать политику, это должны быть какие-то конкретные технологии, что мы можем реально внедрить, что мы должны использовать международную базу, что мы должны использовать сотрудничество с компаниями, что мы должны развивать соответствующие компетенции и так далее, и так далее. Но основной вопрос — это искусственный интеллект, и они хотят вместе разработать какую-то совместную программу, которую мы тоже можем им предложить. Особенно их интересует вот этот Unibok-центр, который может выступить тоже каким-то драйвером. И он назвал еще 2 университета, которые, он перечислил в последней речи, что должен быть какой-то Юнимак университет и Центральный университет, которые обязательно должны принять в этом участие, поскольку у них эти программы уже реализуются, и они могут тоже выступать как местного обучения, если коротко так. Хотя слов очень много. Коллеги, давайте
правильно ли мы понимаем, да, все-таки, что от нас требуется содержательное и обеспечение, и преподавательское обеспечение определенных фрагментов этих программ, да? То есть они берут на себя все вопросы аккредитации этих программ, они сами выдают документы своим студентам потом, которые пройдут эти... Это речь о профессиональном не образовании, а обучении сейчас идет, да? То есть вот на уровне цифровых только профессий, на уровне цифровых профессий, то есть выдавать сертификаты, документы на эти конкретные профессиональные трудовые функции, связанные с цифровыми. Вот просто хотелось бы, чтобы мы в одной плоскости разговаривали и понимали, что говорим об одном и том же. То есть им нужно сотрудничать с нами, как с международной организацией, с российским вузом, для нашего участия в той или иной степени вот в этих вот профессиональном обучении своих граждан. Правильно мы понимаем?
Вот лучше спросить. Да, видимо, надо прояснить именно, что они от нас ожидают. Будем ли мы выдавать сертификат, не будем. Будем ли мы, в каком формате мы будем участвовать и так далее. The question from Rector is, what is your expectation from TISBI? Do you expect that we will participate in this micro degree in artificial intelligence, as an example, with the lecturers, or with the technologies, with a laboratory, or with what? And do we need from us some certification activity, or this certification activity will be provided by your agency? What is your expectation? What do you expect? How TISBI will participate, just to be in the same page with your proposals? Because it's not clear up to now. What is your expectation from us?
Okay.
Перевел. Yes, you can answer.
Okay, let me just clearly, before Eric can come in. The expectation is very clear. That is, one is to have what we call knowledge transfer. We need the expertise of TISBI in the area of training, curriculum development, partnership, and college identification, and also and building capacity. Now, it can be in two ways. In our country, when it comes to national exam of this nature, it is this body that conduct the exams and award certificates. Notwithstanding, the colleges also can give out documents. So the colleges we are going to partner with, we are going to design a framework of a code document which will be presented to the student in the future as a complement to the national certificate, because the NCTVA in the country, they have their own prescribed exams and their benchmarks to which all students of textbook are determined. So we are going to work alongside them. So we are one, TISBI, all your technologies, your expertise. Of course, I'm sure this should have been clear because we all know that TISBI and Africa Union works together. So whatever we do it together. So this is what we want you to understand. We're providing them with the technological training, the opportunity, then also technical advice in the area of what kind of equipment. Because don't forget now we are looking at technology, and you have been on this for over 30 years, and you know what you can input as a way to develop their capacity. So, Eric, you come in before Nicholas can translate.
Yes, definitely. I think you said it all. I believe we are all working together. If you look at the document, you see that we're talking about the 50-50 possibility of ensuring that the degrees are harmonized. So 50-50 in the sense that the AUUI is taking that. I mean, we have also our professors here just to ensure that they get some form of exposure from the European side. So adding to what we already know, it's something that we can actually do, in terms of that. So it's just looking at that. So if we have like 2 semesters or we have 2 parts of the courses, we see that we adopt like the University of Glasgow formula where the 2 partners try to have some initiative there. So that's one of the things that we're exploring, and also possibility of access to technology. So, but like we said, it's more about when you have a network like us of those partner universities, we capitalize on those strengths from ourselves. And then if we have to bring in some others to just be able to amplify other parts that are not there, we now do that. But I believe that micro degrees are very straightforward. They are short courses, they are not long. So they are something that's supposed to ensure that they have opportunities, even for a lot of the graduates, opportunities to be able to have work, find work, and in other places and be more efficient and innovative. So I believe that is what the collaboration is, on ensuring that we have that part of the teaching, the lecturing workforce from the 2 sides being able to complement each other using a semester basis. This particular university is teaching this other one is teaching this. Then we have possibility of a co-branded certificate that adds to what the government is already issuing, so that if they want to go over, they can use it in Europe or other places that they want to go and use it. So that's exactly what we are looking at. Then in the aspect of the laboratory side, if we can get that also, that would be good. Remember, it's a more of a partnership where we strengthen ourselves on what we can give. So what we can add to that, because this is the side that we want to make it as practical as possible. So once we can add to that, then we can do that. Then remember, we have the language side that we have also talked about, where we can infuse the language, the Russian language, into all of the micro degrees, so that they have the opportunities to learn the Russian language while they are also transcending into the micro degrees. So this is something that is very important for both sides. If you're in the UK, for example, you want to do a degree, you're expected to understand the English language. If they know you don't understand it, they refer you to their English language center where you can develop it while you come back and do it. So that is the kind of arrangement we're looking at in terms, because we're looking at the fact that we'll have Russian, in terms of Russian lecturers, also adding to the AUUI lecturers. But even if there's going to be translation in terms of the technology to be taught online, it will be still important for the students to understand at least some of the basics of the Russian language. and that also makes them very marketable once they graduate. So I think that is the structure we are looking at for these degrees, and even the advanced ones for that we'll be talking with tech.
Okay, so don't so
Can
that
me
they can interpret
let
both.
me translate? Can me
Yeah,
translate? Let me
interpret.
translate.
So translate.
Коллеги, ожидание следующее. Очень много говорил, но они оба говорили о том, что у них есть национальный экзамен, и они хотят, чтобы совместно с партнерами, в том числе с ТИСБИ, они получили международные скиллы и технологии, которые позволят, ну, во-первых, сдать этот национальный экзамен, а во-вторых, тот сертификат, который все получат в результате обучения, он бы признавался, например, в Европе. И упомянул вот эти вот центры наши по русскому языку. Он говорит, что для начала мы могли бы вот это микрообразование реализовывать. Ну, он там ссылался и на другие университеты, Глазго и другие, там, Великобритания. Они будут, конечно, там, например, с точки зрения языка в другом контексте выглядеть и участвовать за пределами. А ТИСБИ он конкретно хочет, чтобы здесь, даже если преподаватель будет лекции читать на русском, то будет какой-то АИ-перевод, но параллельно они учат русский язык и затем смогут понимать этого преподавателя на русском языке и реализовывать. Ну, речь идет о краткосрочных курсах, и он предлагает именно реализовывать. То есть их интересует доступ к технологиям, компетенциям и реализация краткосрочных курсов. Ну вот, если коротко.
Да, это понятно. Это понятно. Так, Николай Георгиевич, нам будет... Мы сейчас эту информацию приняли, мы ее до конца примерно для себя прояснили, о чем идет речь, в каких системах координат нам можно будет в каких-то областях сотрудничать. Нам сейчас нужно взять паузу для того, чтобы это все обговорить, обдумать, да, в том числе и с вами, можно будет в ближайшие дни да, отдельно пообщаться и выработать действительно, как вот да, хотят коллеги, в каких местах мы можем быть друг другу полезны. Но нам нужно сейчас будет это все обдумать, потому что, например, для меня действительно прояснилось сейчас полностью, я думаю, для коллег тоже в какой-то степени до конца. И мы сейчас можем об этом поговорить. Вот Ольга Валентиновна, вы тоже можете перевести, она совершенно правильно сейчас отметила, что у нас в стране профессиональное образование, профессиональное обучение по конкретным микроскиллам, ну то есть по конкретным трудовым функциям и по конкретной профессии в основном дают отраслевые вендоры. Отраслевые вендоры. Например, это 1С, например, это вот своим допрограммным системам, да, вот, и которые потом позволяли трудоустроиться вот в конкретную сферу и в конкретной компании.